Premier Planet, it's me, your favorite MC, though probably not as entertaining to watch as Randy. Justin Barlow here, and man, a lot's happened since I've been away. The Cubs won the World Series, Ireland beat the All Blacks in rugby for the first time in history, and now Donald Trump is headed to the White House, which means we're either on the verge of a new age of prosperity or about to be nuked out of the solar system, depending on how you look at it. But one thing in this apparent flashpoint we've been living in that stays the same is the fact that right here in the Premier Studio, Premier Pro Wrestling continues to bring you the best entertainment for your dollar in the Midwest. And if you're a sports entertainment fan and you haven't come out to see us yet at 1230 Davis Road, you need to get out here. And if you weren't here this past Saturday, here's what you missed out on. First, before we got to the action, big announcement. And you've probably noticed this glorious piece of artwork behind me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Challenge Pro Cup. And beginning this Saturday night, this coming Saturday night, it was announced that we are going to have opening bracket matches, 2 out of 3 falls, for someone to take this glorious trophy, this Challenge Pro Cup, home with them, and that's going to be decided the weekend of New Year's. But if you want to see those opening round matches, you need to get out here this Saturday night to 1230 Davis Road, Woodstock, Illinois. Now, if you missed out this last Saturday, we opened up with the 5-tool player, Mr. 7+2, Chase Gosling, who's had a huge chip on his shoulder ever since losing the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. Very bitter over the fact that he's been pushed kind of down to opening matches and mid-card status. He went one-on-one with 0-1. Now, 0-1, he's been getting better and better and better each and every time he gets in that ring, but Chase Gosling was just way too determined tonight, and now with the Challenge Pro Cup hanging over everybody's head, he set out to make an example of 0-1, and he did. Got him up on his shoulders, slammed into the mat, 1, 2, 3. Chase Gosling walks away with another victory. Following that, Ronnie Veronica Metro took on relative newcomer here in PPW, but a very entertaining one, Slappo the Clown. Now, as weird and eccentric as Ronnie Metro is, he was thrown off by Slappo. He couldn't match Slappo's mind games in the early going. Slappo's whipping out the silly string, pulling all these little weird tricks out on Ronnie. He actually managed to do I don't even know what to call it. It was like a leapfrog thing. Ronnie launches himself out of the ring onto the outside. But once the wrestling got underway, Ronnie Metro just vicious as ever. You can laugh at the man in the skirt all you want, but as soon as he gets in that ring, it's all business, and he took it to Slappo, and despite a little bit of an offensive flurry from the Clown, Ronnie Metro hits that famouser, hits a big splash off the top rope, and Ronnie Metro puts Slappo away. But unfortunately for Ronnie, he had very little time to rest and recuperate because right after that big tag team match that was announced earlier on in the week, he had to come back out, but this time escorted by Irish Andy Anderson, and the two of them took on the very formidable team of USA Ulysses S. Adams and Woodstock's own Mero Iniestra. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I offended any Spanish speakers out there. This match, a lot on the line with this one. A lot of pride, no titles, but a lot of pride on the line here. It ended up all 4 competitors in the ring after pretty much just pummeling the crap out of each other. The referee counts a double pin, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of confusion ensues, but the referee announces that the winners are Ronnie Metro and Andy Anderson, because Ronnie Metro was the legal man. He had the pin. He scored the victory. But Premier CEO Randy Ritchie, watching from the back, came out and said, you know what? We're going to do this again, because USA and Iniestra showed a lot of heart, and they deserve a rematch against Ronnie and Andy this coming Saturday night in Woodstock. After that, we saw Texas Pete, who's become rather embittered lately in PPW, really just, again, another guy, huge chip on his shoulder, feels like he's not getting anywhere, going around demanding title shots. Well, he had a chance to prove himself here tonight, but unfortunately, he faced a wall of human flesh, bone, and now a lot of muscle in the recently returned Michael Mack. And Texas Pete, we know he likes to use that eccentric offense. He threw Mack off his game for a little bit, but Michael Mack, when he regained the advantage, he gets Pete up on his shoulder, carrying him like he's nothing, like he's a sack of feathers. Boom! Just a thunderous power slam right in the middle of the mat. 1, 2, 3, and Michael Mack continues to roll through the competition here in PPW. And finally, came down to our main event. Big rematch, 2 out of 3 falls. It was the champ, the world exclusive Matt Vine, and the human video game Scott Colton, who tore the roof off this place 1 week ago when they faced each other for that belt. And this time, they were going to have 2 falls to a finish to top themselves, and did they ever. Scott Colton was able to get the first pinfall, really use that agility, use that speed. He's able to get on Vine for long enough for the referee to count 3. Colton gains that critical advantage, and now Vine's got no chance but to go on the offense and stay on the offense, because now he had to pick up two falls in a row. And Vine, kind of diverting from his usual power game, gets Colton into the middle of the ring, cinches in a Boston Crab. Colton has no choice but to tap out or risk having his legs broken. Colton chooses the former, taps out. The score is now tied 1-1. Next fall decides it. And these guys threw it all out there, showing why they're 2 of the Premier Academy's top standouts. Matt Vine, being the champ, wants to get to WWE so bad. Scott Colton, being the former champ, wants to get back to the top of the mountain, also wants to get to WWE so bad. These guys, you almost needed to have real eye talent for this one. One eye had to be going this way, the other eye had to be going this way. They were all over the ring, but Vine manages to get Colton's head under his arm, spikes him head first, full-blown 90-degree angle into the mat. Colton's knocked for a loop. He's seeing birds and stars and God knows what else. Vine gets on top for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Matt Vine retains the PPW World Heavyweight Championship in the Premier Studio. Folks, again, I cannot emphasize enough, the Challenge Pro Cup is coming up. Opening round matches start this week, so get your tickets. You need to come out and see this, and let everyone you know who enjoys quality professional wrestling. Bring them all. Bring your family and bring your friends. Once again, my name is Justin Barlow. As always, it's an honor for me to be here as your master of ceremonies. We will see you folks out here at 1230 Davis Road, and a big happy Thanksgiving to you, Premier Planet.